I'm going to show off the PS2 games that sold for the most money. So this is the sold listing tab on eBay. So this is what items actually historically sold for. So these games sold for $10,000 each or so. That's what they actually sold to somebody for. Some of them are lots, so they're a collection of games. Here's Quan, brand new, sealed and graded, that sold for $2,999. There's another Quan that sold for about that much money. Here's Silent Hill Shattered Memories that sold for close to $2,499, new and sealed and graded. Here's just a new sealed copy of Quan that sold for $2,200. Here's a Rule of Rose, brand new seal, that sold for $1,999. There's a first print of San Andreas Grand Theft Auto that sold for $2,000. So I guess there's different editions. There's a brand new sealed graded Obscure that sold for $1,800. There's some more copies of Rule of Rose, brand new sealed, that sold for $1,799, $1,699. There's a brand new sealed copy of Haunting Ground that sold for $1,620. There's the Spider-Man trilogy that sold for PS2 for... So these are all PlayStation 2 games. Spider-Man sealed trilogy Spider-Man sold for $1,600, 33 bids. Just 34 bids for a brand new sealed Rule of Rose that sold for $1,548. Def Jam Fight for New York went for $1,500, new sealed. There's a complete with manual, so it's not even new. Quan that sold for $1,459. There's another one that's just complete in box. It's not new, but it sold for $1,400 of Quan. There's a few more Quans. Here's a first print of Star Wars Battlefront for PlayStation 2 for $1,299. Here's a Xenosaga, the complete series, which is something that I have, but this is the lenticular cover. So that with the bonus art book and DVD, that went for $1,300. So if you want the Xenosaga trilogy, you can check out my eBay store. So then I have video games and different types of items like artworks in my eBay store. So, and then in the audiobooks I wrote on Audible, it teaches you how to find rare stuff that you can sell for high dollar amounts on eBay. So anything that's not listed yet on eBay or that has a historical sold listings tab sale, like which is what we're looking at here, of a high price, something you can sell for a high price on eBay. So in my Audible audiobooks, for about $5 to $15 each, you can learn how to find and sell eBay items that are rare, that aren't listed yet on eBay, or that aren't listed for low prices. You can check that out. Here's a Dot Hack PS2 series, the complete series, that sold for $1,250. Here's some more rare PlayStation 2 games that sold for high dollar amounts of over $1,000 each, or for collections of games. Here's Quan that sold for over $1,000. Here's Haunting Ground, new and sealed. That's a fun game that I played before. It's sold for $1,040, new and sealed for hunting ground. Here's a complete copy of Rule of Rose PlayStation 2 that sold for $999. Be sure to check out my eBay store for rare video games and other rare items. I sell original handmade oil paintings on my eBay store that I painted and that other people painted. Be sure to like, subscribe, watch, and follow on my eBay, TikTok, Instagram, and all my social media platforms, and check out my Audible audiobooks that teach you how to find and sell rare eBay items.